Tonight on News 46, Nye County Sheriffs and U.S. Marshals joined together to make an arrest.
And Desert View Hospital proudly hosts a goodbye party for their chief of staff.
And the Dwarf Nationals are revving up at the Pahrump Speedway. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 at 5 with Rick Vale and Rhonda Van Winkle. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Thursday, March 31st, 2011. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Rhonda Van Winkle for News 46. Topping our news this evening, Nye County Sheriffs and U.S. Marshal make a bust and arrest of one suspect on the corner of Wilson and Lola. News 46 was on scene.
The U.S. Marshals and Nye County Sheriff's officers conducted a bust and arrest of one male suspect at the Big 5 mobile home park at the corner of Wilson and Lola at approximately 1:30 this afternoon. The suspect, Jason Leonard, is wanted on an apparent felony warrant out of New Jersey for drugs and weapons charges. One female adult was temporarily contained during the takedown. Detective David Barukowitz spoke to News 46's Vern Van Winkle.
We assisted the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force in apprehending a male out of New Jersey. He was wanted on a felony warrant out of New Jersey, and he's been apprehended and going to our jail.
You guys locate him?
I'm not sure. The U.S. Marshals had the information as to where he came from.
Gotcha. Do we know what he was arrested for?
I believe it's drugs and weapons charges.
All right. How long has he been out here in Pahrump?
I have no idea.
The suspect will be held in the Nye County Detention Center awaiting extradition to New Jersey, where he faces various charges. This is Deanne O'Donnell for News 46.
Desert View Hospital's Chief of Staff, Dr. King Bibby, jokingly says he must redeem himself with his naval family after he served with the Army by now deploying to Afghanistan as a naval reservist. Our local doctor and hero will be leaving April 8th to serve our country. Yesterday, Desert View Hospital held a reception in his honor.
Yes, it was a farewell party. Most of the folks here that work at the hospital I've had interaction with, including patients, came by to say hello to me and say goodbye. Very humbling. It was very special, really warmed my heart to see that many people, I guess, that I had touched and were coming to say thank you, and it was very humbling.
Wonderful. Tell me about your deployment.
I'm a Navy physician, a Navy reservist, being mobilized to the NATO hospital in Kandahar, Afghanistan, as an emergency room physician. I'll be there for 225 days, as they say, boots on the ground. That's the amount of time I'll spend in country, excluding the training before and after.
You were in the Air Force previous to this.
Actually, the Army. Right out of high school, I joined the 82nd Airborne Division, jumped out of airplanes, airborne infantry, got some money for college, the GI Bill, which I recommend for many of today's youth. It was a great experience for me. Went to college, medical school, and afterwards I joined the Navy as a physician. Most of my family are Naval Academy graduates, and so I felt compelled to join the Navy with the rest of my family. So that's how I ended up in the Navy.
There you go. How long do you plan on spending there?
I'll be there 225 days, boots on the ground. My orders say that I should be returning around December 17th.
So tell me a little bit about your practice here in Pahrump. How long have you been here?
I started here approximately 5 years ago when the hospital first opened, working in the emergency room. I then expanded my practice to working as a hospitalist, caring for patients in the hospital, which was very rewarding, seeing people for a couple days at a time, seeing them get better and feeling very satisfied with that. As clinician, I've also worked in the clinic, seeing some of Dr. Campton's patients, and I've told them I'll be back, and all the patients I've seen over the last 5 years, I would say, wait for me, I'm coming back, I look forward to seeing you again.
So we'll see you back here. Who's going to take over your patients while you're here?
Right now, Julie Wu is working in the clinic. Dr. Doug Bushell and Dr. Robert Roa are hospitalists that are also seeing the patients in the hospital, and there's other ER physicians as well in the emergency room.
There you go. Tell me how Desert View is reacting to you leaving right
It's been sad. It's been sad not only for me because I'm leaving so many personal relationships now with many of the executive staff and the people from the laundry worker to the CEO. I've come to know them all and have a very special relationship and appreciation for them, and vice versa. And it's going to be very hard leaving because a lot of my soul has been invested in this hospital over the years.
I bet they're going to miss you, but we're going to have you back soon, huh?
I look forward to coming back. At this point, I've worked really hard for the last 6 months to get ready. I'm ready to do it, experience something very unique professionally, and something that very few people as a whole will experience, which is combat and war and the ravages of that, which are sad, but I'm very satisfied that I'll be able to make a contribution to at least providing some relief and healing to those that are ravaged by war.
And tell me, when are you actually being deployed? What day?
April 8th is when I'm officially on active duty to go to San Diego for about 4 or 5 days doing the in-processing. I then go to Fort Jackson, South Carolina to get some additional combat training, how to fire my weapon, how to clear a room, how to get blown up in a Humvee, drive the Humvee, and finally end up in Kuwait and finally Afghanistan.
How can people keep track of you? You have a Facebook?
Yes, Facebook me, King Bibby on Facebook. So I would say anybody out there, I'd love to follow you, and would look forward to hearing from everybody.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, and congratulations, and good luck.
Thank you so much.
The Dwarf Nationals began today with test and tune at the Pahrump Valley Speedway. In order for these miniature race cars to qualify, among other stipulations, they must pass under a bar to determine if they meet size standards. If you want to see some great racing action, qualifying is scheduled for tomorrow at 1 p.m., with the race following on Saturday also at 1.
Yeah, what we do, we have the Dwarfs, they're having their nationals here this year again. And if you've been out to the track before, you've seen them. They're the small little cars, little dwarf-looking little things. Mm-hmm. They're fast as lightning. Yeah. They're just really, really fast. And we're having our nationals. And today's Thursday, and we're doing our test and tune today. And then for Friday, they'll be doing qualifying for Friday, and then their main events will go off on Saturday.
What time is it tomorrow? What time does that qualifying start?
Qualifying starts at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. The same today at 1 o'clock, and Saturday also at 1 o'clock.
We have many cars from all over coming in here. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we got them from Utah, Arizona, California, New Mexico, and a couple here from Wyoming, but they're just coming in all over. The Dwarfs are a pretty good group of guys. They stay pretty well locked up together throughout the country, and they have these nationals 3 or 4 times a year throughout the Midwest.
After speaking to drivers of the Dwarf cars, these are a fun car to drive. They're a fun car to watch.
Oh, they are. They're a really fun little car to drive. They're probably one of the fastest things out here, if they're not the fastest. They really get going around the track, and I think they're probably actually a little bit faster than our modifieds.
Yeah. See, and also the grouping of them is something that you can't believe when you're watching out on the track.
Oh, yeah, they're really close, competitive. I mean, they have a really good set of rules, just like IMCA does. So they all stay pretty competitive, and most of the guys know each other. So, if they bump into each other a little bit, they just wave at each other, and it's, good sportsman-like conduct out there. And them guys just have a lot of fun.
We are standing here in the snack shack. What's going on here?
Yeah, this is our snack shack. We've never done anything in here, before for filming-wise, but we decided we'd let you come in this time and see it. We're getting ready to get our food back, and we'll start serving hamburgers and hot dogs, as well as our pizza, and we're going to have a full-line snack bar. We'll probably start that in April.
And I know that we have pizza available right now for people that come on down. It's Papa John's, I think.
Yeah, we use Papa John's, the Maverick. We try to spread it out and give a little bit to everybody in town if we can, so we're not just being one-sided. So we try to use everybody's pizza in town we can. Mm-hmm. And like I say, we have our sodas, and we have our beers, and you can get nuts and peanuts and all kinds of gummy bears. And so we have a good variety up here at the snack bar.
So people, if they're interested in coming to the qualifying on Friday or the actual races on Saturday, how can they do that?
All they have to do is come up, go through the gates just like usual, and just check us out and come on at the snack bar and say hi, go back, talk to some of the drivers, and get some autographs because there's some pretty good drivers here this weekend.
Wonderful. For more information on Pahrump Valley Speedway?
PahrumpValleySpeedway.com.
Coming up, J.G. Johnson takes part in Reading Week.
And we'll have your tax tip of the week.
All this and more coming up after the break. Please keep it here.
News 46 is brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Affiliated Physical Therapy. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain.
Welcome back to News 46. It's a way to get kids interested and keep kids interested in reading. J.G. Johnson participated in Nevada Reading Week with J.G. Johnson's Reading Rocks. The student body and staff came to school dressed today as rock stars.
Well, here at J.G. Johnson all week long, they've had Reading Rocks Week. We're going to speak to teacher Jody Thorne.
This week was Reading Week. In the state of Nevada, we celebrate Reading Week once every year, and it's in March. And this year our theme was Reading Rocks, and we just got done having a rockin' good time. We had our Student of the Month assembly, plus we did have special guests that did a rock concert for us. And like I said, the kids just thoroughly enjoyed it. This week we've also had other activities going on. We've had a mystery reader every day. The classes try to guess who it is, and then of course at the end of the week we have an award for that. We also have drop and read, and of course we played rock music, and then that was the signal that the students were to drop and read silently. We also on Tuesday night had a rock and play family night. Again, we had rock bands set up on the TV and games and gave books away. And we also had drawings for other games and had an awesome turnout. And again, I think everybody really enjoyed themselves. Tomorrow we do have lunch with the parents. They were invited to come and read with their students, and that kind of ends our rockin' week, I guess.
And you also had some karaoke. The kids dressed up as well today.
Yes, they did. Monday was Spirit Day. They dressed in J.G. Johnson shirts or blue and white, and today was our Rock Star Day. And so they all could dress as a rock star.
And you yourself are sporting your hat here. It's wonderful.
Yes, I'm quite the rock star.
Saw you out there dancing with the kids. A really fun way to go about reading. Who thought of this?
Well, we have a committee, but it was a theme for the state of Nevada also. So we just followed the theme.
This is really getting the kids to want to read, to make it something fun.
Exactly. Well, of course, reading we need for everything in our whole lives. You need to be able to read. And I think anytime you can make it enjoyable for the kids, or just add something else. For instance, our assembly on Monday, the kids that played the band, they explained to them why they needed to stay in school, why they needed to read, and how just playing in a band, they also needed those skills.
And last week, some of the students at J.G. Johnson took a field trip to release trout into the Bowman Pond that they raised as part of a school project.
Pretty good, having a good day.
David, tell me what went on at Bowman Pond the other day.
We were releasing trout that we raised ourselves.
You raised them here at school?
Yes, ma'am.
So since what point did you get them as what?
They started out as eggs, and then they slowly developed into small trout, and then eventually we went on a field trip and we released them at Bowman's Pond.
Why did you guys decide to do this?
We were studying metamorphosis, so we thought it would be just a great way to experience it.
Tell me what this taught you.
This taught us how things develop in life and how they grow up.
Is this something that you're interested in as well now?
Yes, I find this very interesting because it was great to see how the fish became adults, and it's going to be great.
How big were they when you released them?
They were about this big, so they were still pretty small, but they're going to grow up.
So tell me what it was like to release them. What did you guys go through in the release?
Well, Mr. Dispenza, he had a bucket and he put all of the little trout in there, and then we each got little cups of water, and then we put the trout in there, and then we went up to the side of the pond, and then we released them.
And what did they instantly do?
They just swim away.
Yeah.
Yep.
And tell me about what do you think is going to happen with them now in the pond? They're going to have more trout?
Yeah, I think we'll have a lot more trout, and I hope they grow to be huge adults.
How did you get the eggs?
Well, we ordered them, and it took a little while, and then we got them.
What do you hope to do next with a project like this?
Well, we did do larvae for butterflies, and we watched them grow up too, and now we did the trout, so I'm not really sure what we're going to do next, but I know it's going to be exciting.
Are you guys going to go back and visit them ever?
We're not sure, but I hope so.
Thanks so much for speaking with us.
Thank you.
All right, and here's Kay with your Jackson Hewitt Tax Tip of the Week.
Tax Tip of the Week is brought to you by Jackson Hewitt Tax Services.
Good morning, it's Kay with this week's Jackson Hewitt Tax Tip. Remember that this year we have 3 extra days to file your taxes. Taxes are due to be postmarked by April 18th. That's a Monday night at midnight. So you do have a few extra days, but don't let it pass you by. You certainly don't want to pay any interest or penalties. Hope that helps. This is Kay with this week's Jackson Hewitt Tax Tip.
Tax Tip of the Week is brought to you by Jackson Hewitt Tax Services.
So
all right.
Now your son's visiting today, right?
Yes, and as a matter of fact, he just said, just in from Las Vegas, that there were some heat waves going through Las Vegas, which I thought was a little strange, but some of the outdoor temperature readings on houses are up to 105 degrees.
Well, sucks to be them, because we had a fantastic day today and a great looking 7-day forecast ahead of us. Don't go anywhere. We'll have that for you right after this break.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body. For more information, you can visit their website at nevadadairycouncil.org.
Hey everyone, welcome back to News 46. I'm Rick Vale with your weather. We had a bright, clear, sunny day out there today, a high of 86 degrees. Winds out of the north-northwest at 14 miles per hour. Now our pressure on the barometer dropped just a little bit for us, 30.19. Sunrise was at 6:32 a.m. and a record high was 88 degrees back in 1966, so we almost made that record there. Tonight's looking pretty clear for us as well, a low of 57 degrees. Winds out of the north at about 4 miles per hour. Now our sunset was at 7:05 p.m. and our record low was 26 degrees back in good old 1977. Looking at our 7-day forecast, Friday going to be a little clear for us, not too much wind in the air. It's actually going to be pretty nice for everybody, 89 degrees for the high with 62 degrees for the low. Now Saturday we got some clouds rolling in, going to be pretty cloudy out there with gusts up to 46 miles per hour. You can expect a wind advisory, I know I am. You got a high of 85 degrees that day and a low of 48. Sunday finishing off the weekend, gusts up to 41 miles per hour with a high of 68 and a low of 38. So it's going to get a little bit cooler for us on that day. Now on Monday, clouds are going to part for us just a little bit. Partly cloudy, gusts up to 21 miles per hour, still a high of 68 with a low of 39. Now Tuesday, still partly cloudy, gusts up to 36 miles per hour. As you can see, the wind's starting to increase on us. 76 for the high and 44 for the low. Wednesday, we got a 20% chance of rain rolling in with gusts up to 45 miles per hour. So again, you're probably going to want to expect a wind advisory on that day. We got a high of 74 expected and a low of 41. Finishing off our 7-day forecast next Thursday, yet another 20% chance of rain expected with gusts up to 34 miles per hour, a high of 73 and a low of 49.
So ladies, it seems like Friday nights when you want to go out, it's not windy, so your hair will stay nice.
That's the only day you got because the rest of the weekend is shot.
All right. Well, tonight and Tuesday at 7 p.m., free to the public, Dr. Michael Rice's workshop, Why Is This Happening to Me, at 1501 Calvada at Healthcare Partners.
And April 1st and 2nd, Symphony Animal Foundation is having another thrift sale at the Search and Rescue Building on Highway 160. Sale times are Friday from 8 to 8 and Saturday from 8 to 4. All proceeds benefit Symphony Animal Foundation.
The Prump Nugget will be giving away a car at 8:45 tonight in celebration of their 10th anniversary.
And of course, in case you didn't notice, the carnival opened in the Prump Nugget parking lot today at 5.
And don't forget Dwarfs Nationals tomorrow at Saturday at 1 p.m. and the Prump Valley Speedway.
And this weekend is the fundraiser Great Balls of Fire to benefit Nathan Adelson Hospice at Mountain Falls.
And the Sheriff's Forum will be held at Wolfie's on April 16th from 1 to 3.
And of course, if you've missed any part of this newscast, you can watch it all again on our website at KPVM-TV. And that does it for this edition of News 46. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Rhonda Van Winkle.
From everyone up here on the Hill at KPVM, we wish you a safe evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow night. Until then, good night, Rob.
Good night.